Welcome to Union Church of the Hills. We're going to start our service off with a little song called My Joy. Oh Lord, you have turned my morning into dancing over and over and over again. Oh Lord, you have turned my sorrows into joy over and over and over again. Oh Lord, you have turned my morning into dancing over and over and over again. You have been my shield, the lifter of my head. You are my joy. You are my joy, and I will always love you. I will always love you just for you. You are my joy. You are my joy, and I will always love you. I will always love you just for you. You are my joy. You are my joy. Oh Lord, you have turned my morning into dancing over and over and over again. Oh Lord, you have turned my sorrows into joy, joy, joy. Over and over and over again. You have been my shield. You're the lifter of my head. You are my joy. You are my joy. And I will always love you. I will always love you just for you. You are my joy. You are my joy, and I will always love you. I will always love you just for you. 'Cause you are my joy. You are my joy.
Right? You are my joy. Each and every one of you. I'm Reverend Cynthia, and it is such a joy to welcome each one of you here this morning. Those of you that are here in the sanctuary and those of you that are online, know that your presence this morning matters and makes a difference, and we love you and celebrate you. We begin our services with our vision and mission statement. If you will affirm those with me together, our vision, centered in love and divine oneness, we transform ourselves, our community, and our world. And our mission statement, we put God first, celebrate life, live unity principles, and empower each other to transform our lives. Isn't that a wonderful intention? This is what we're about. We're about transformation. We're about seeing the Christ in one another, and I do see that in each of you this morning. Is there anyone that's here for the first time? And if you are, if you wouldn't mind raising your hand so we could acknowledge and celebrate your presence here. We do invite you to fill out a connection card, either in the welcome packet or there's a cue card on the back of the pew that you can fill it out online. It really helps us stay connected with you and continue to engage with you. And we have a blessing that we say each Sunday, and this includes our newcomers and each person here. Together, we love you, we bless you, we welcome you, and we behold the Christ you are. And so now let's take a moment and move around the sanctuary and greet one another in some way. And welcome our newcomers.
Once again, I have double hugs today.
Double.
Let us collect ourselves as we sing our congregation song, I Release and Let Go. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Hey, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Hey, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Hey, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for
Let's take a deep breath together. Loving presence, infinite source of all life and all good. We gather in the awareness that each of us is a unique and radiant expression of the one life. We honor the beauty and the complexity of our journey, the rises and the falls, the lessons and the blessings, all perfectly shaping the wholeness of who we are. In this moment, we affirm the same Spirit that breathes life into each of us is the source of all abundance, prosperity, and all possibilities for our beloved community. We see Unity Church of the Hills flourishing in every way, rich in love, overflowing in generosity, and fully resourced to fulfill our sacred mission. We give thanks for the ministry and vision of Rev. Cynthia, for her years of love and leadership, and for the sacred circle of new beginnings she now opens. And we joyfully welcome Rev. David, knowing that Spirit guides every step into an even greater expression of our shared purpose. We renew our intention for this community to live the deepest nature of our being, to express the Christ light in all we do, and to walk together toward the full realization of our vision. A church abundant in spirit and in resources, and a diverse community embodying and extending love and oneness in every moment. And so with open hearts, we offer thanks to God our Father, that in us all things will find their freedom. And we release this prayer into God, knowing it's already fulfilled. We rest in the gratitude of our wholeness, for this is our true nature and our certain destination. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh yes, for the saint is still within us when we fall down. But we can't stay there and God up. Oh yes, we fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh yes, for the saint is still within us when we fall down. But we don't stay there, we get up. Oh, to the seat of righteousness when we fall down. Say, but we get up. Oh, we fall down, but we get back up again. We fall down, but we get back up again. Yes, oh, for a saint is still within us when we fall down. Oh yes, and get up. We fall down sometimes, but we get back up. We fall down. Oh yes, oh, but we get back up again. We fall down. You can get back up again. Get back up again. Open up your eyes. Get back up again. For a saint is still within us when we fall down. All you've got to do is get back up. Oh, see, I know. You can get back up again. You can get back up again. No matter what you've been through, you can get back up again. His arms are open wide. His arms are open wide. For the saint is still within us when we fall down. We get up. Oh, you can get back up again. You can get back up again. We get back up again. We can get back up again, Lord. We can walk on by faith. I know we can get back up again. For a saint is still within us when we fall down. But we get
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Roderick, Matt, Glenn, Rob. We fall down and we get up. There's always a saint within us. Such an incredible message. And you know, there are places in the scripture where it says, your faith has made you whole. Your faith, your connection to that essence of God makes you whole. And in some translations, it uses the word healed, or makes you well. But I love the idea of wholeness. It's more encompassing. And indeed, biblically, the concept of whole is about completeness. It's about being undivided. It's about the fullness of who we are. In Charles Fillmore's words, wholeness is the perfect unification and expression of man as spirit, soul, and body. The perfect unification of all aspects of our being. So when we're talking about wholeness, we're talking about a deep level of completion, of fullness, of knowing who and what we really are. And this is something we all want, right? This is something we all desire. But, you know, what does it exactly mean to be a whole self? How do we engage that? How do we live our lives so that that can really blossom forth in us? That's a bigger question, right? And it reminds me of a statement by Ram Dass that says, don't be a role, be a soul. Don't be a role, be a soul. You know, we all have many roles we play in this life. I know for myself, I'm a minister, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm an educator, I'm a former dancer, I'm lots of different things. I put those roles on. But I am not defined by any of those roles. I am more than that. And it's really easy to allow our roles to define who we are. And when we do this, we begin to fragment. We begin to engage in entrenched ideas about life and about who we are, limiting the full expression of our wholeness. And it's important to remember, we are not what we do. We are not what we think. We are not what we feel. We are not the many roles we play. And disengaging from identifying with those roles can be a complex process. My first career, as many of you know, was as a ballet dancer. And there came a point in my career where I realized that I needed to do some healing work. And the dance world is very stressful, and I knew that I needed to step away in order to do that work. You know, and I can still feel the sense of loss when I did that. I can still feel the sense of emptiness, the sense that I didn't really know who I was or what my purpose was. It was very tender, and it took quite a while for me to work through that loss. And yet, that's not who I am, and yet it still lives inside me. Many people in my time here have come up to me after service and asked, well, are you a dancer? Right? It kind of lives in me, and I may never do another dance step again. But it has helped inform me. It has been a way for me to express my essence. It's been a way for me to connect with the infinite. So one way of getting inside the truth of who we are as a full self, as a whole self, is to not hold our roles so tightly. But there's more to it. Charles Fillmore's favorite biblical quote was, "Be you transformed by the renewing of your minds." Be transformed by opening ourselves up, by engaging our consciousness. And as Roderick just reminded us, we all fall down. We all forget. We all do things that are maybe kind of crazy, maybe kind of harmful, maybe kind of less than what we would like for us to express. And we want to get up. We want to, once again, connect with the wholeness of who we are. And this is tricky. This is tricky because it's really easy to think that life is a self-improvement plan. Pema Chodron says that the problem is that the desire to change yourself is fundamentally a form of aggression towards yourself. Can you relate to that? You know, early on in my spiritual journey, I spent a lot of effort trying to fix myself, trying to improve myself. And when I was able to let go of that habit and focus on releasing the qualities of spirit in my life, things became easier. I was not as hard on myself as I once was. I still go there. It's really easy to do that. But if we really want to be a whole self, we have to embrace and accept all of who we are. We want to embrace the parts we like and the parts we don't like so much. We want to embrace our strengths and our weaknesses, our successes and our missteps, because all of them are part of the fullness of who we are. And if we try and shut any part of it away, we diminish ourselves. Very interesting journey, but rather than judging ourselves, we want to embrace it all, to recognize that each part of who we are has a purpose. And interestingly enough, when we allow ourselves to be present to our not so wonderful parts, we develop a little bit of space, and we're more adept at expressing our wholeness. Frank Ostesky says, judgment focuses on what's wrong. It feeds an either-or mentality. Embracing wholeness is a loving act of reclamation, a both-and way of meaning life. A loving act of reclamation, of opening ourselves to all of who we are. He further says that we expose our imagined imperfections to the fierce fires of wisdom, strength, and love, and in so doing, we learn to turn lead into gold. That process of divine alchemy. We melt internal enemies and transform them into friends. This process reveals the real treasure, which is the pure potential that exists within everything, the glimmering properties of your essential nature. The glimmering properties of your essential nature. And when we do this, we develop more compassion for those we share this journey with. You know, the more hard we are on ourselves, the more likely we are to be hard on other people. And so developing self-compassion, developing the ability to really embrace the whole of who we are, gives us greater compassion for other people, a greater capacity to be there for other people. There's a doctor, Naomi Reben, who was one of the pioneers in holistic medicine. And she says that helping, fixing, and serving represent three different ways of seeing life. When you help, you see life as weak. When you fix, you see life as broken. When you serve, you see life as whole. When you help, you see life as weak. You see someone else as being incapable in some way. When you fix, You see life, you see that other person as broken. But when you serve, you're coming from a place of wholeness and you're seeing the wholeness in that other person. And this can be so subtle. It's always good to have a little lightness about yourself. This week, an email came across my desk, and one of the things that is happening right now is people are beginning to include Reverend David on some of these emails. And so Reverend David was included in this email, and this email came across my desk, and I read it, and I'm like, gee, I wonder if Reverend David knows what this is about. And my immediate reaction was, well, I need to call him and explain it to him. And I'd been working on this material, and I realized, you know what? He's a very capable individual. He's a grown-up. He has access to all these people. If he needs an explanation, he's perfectly capable of asking for it himself. He doesn't need me to mother him. And I can see my son's eyes rolling. But it's so subtle. We jump in. And our intentions are good. But are we, when we do that, really seeing the wholeness in the other person? Are we really empowering the other person to be their whole self? What would happen if we moderated that habit of engaging with people that way? What if we entered a situation with someone who was sharing a difficulty with us without our solution in mind? As good as our solutions are, they might have a solution that works better for them, right? And what if we could put that aside and we could be really present? Really take the time to hear them, all the while affirming in our minds their wholeness, their capacity to work through that. And we're just part of their support system. We're serving them by seeing the wholeness in them. How might that change? How might that change our interactions with other people? How might it change us? It's a bit of a burden to be worried about fixing other people or explaining things to them that they can find out for themselves. But if we just allowed ourselves to be fully present, think about it. Think about a time where someone was right there for you. It was transformative, was it not? So when we begin to find our own wholeness, we begin to engage other people from their wholeness. And ultimately, this extends even further. The more we are able to open to our own wholeness and the wholeness in others, the more open we are to the wholeness, the fullness of life, the greater is our capacity to live from the experience of oneness, to let go of our sense of separation. and to live fully and consciously in presence. Once again, Frank Ostesky says, compassion is what enables us to come close to suffering, to know through intimacy. When we get that close, the illusion of I and other falls away. We know ourselves to be part of this web of mutuality. Wisdom shows us that the small, bounded sense of separate self we have taken ourselves to be is no more than a limiting story. When separation falls away, we recognize that we are everything. When separation falls away, we recognize that we are everything. And you are everything, and you are everything. Being everything, compassion is simply an appropriate response, the natural way to love what is really our whole selves and to express its freedom. So this sense of wholeness, internalized, begins to shine out to other people. And it extends beyond that to the fullness of life all around us. I have the incredible privilege right now to be working with a First Nations person in Vancouver Island. And we are working together to create a series of webinars in which he shares his experience as an Indigenous person with the Unity Canada community. And when I speak with him, there is such presence. There is such connection. Because as part of his experience as a Native person, part of the culture is a deep sense of oneness and connection with the environment around him. And it can be felt across the Zoom world. I can feel it. He talks about going into the ocean and becoming one with all the waters of the world. This is wholeness. It is a deep connection with everything. And it is our true nature. For you and I are everything, and we are one. God bless you.
somebody with a word or a song. If I can show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. If I can do my duty as a good man ought, if I can bring back beauty to a world abroad, if I can spread love's message that the Master taught, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain.
So I invite you to take a deep, full breath and feel that wonder of being right here, right now, immersed in the fullness, the wholeness of spirit, of life. And as you continue to observe that breath, allow each exhale to be a place of letting go, of surrender, of expanding into the infinity of Spirit of God. And as you feel that sense of spaciousness and the wholeness that is your true essence, open your heart to each person in this sanctuary, each person that is joining us online, and allow the love, the sense of the sacred to move out beyond these walls, out into the world around us, touching it all with a gentle, loving presence that we are. And welcome each and every aspect of this universe into your heart, choosing to be the place of surrender and the place of healing for all those and all those parts of the environment that suffer. And just allow the love to flow in the silence. I breathe in love, and I exhale love. I breathe in peace, and I give that peace to my world. I breathe in wholeness and open myself fully and completely to the oneness that is the ground of being and the most essential truth I can hold. And for the opportunity to serve and to give and to love, I give my grateful thanks and my amen.
Good morning, you beautiful beings. All right, now is the time for us to support our spiritual community and experience the power of giving and receiving with our offering. If the ushers will please come forward. There are several ways for you to give, and they are showing above me on your screen. No matter how you give, we are grateful for your generosity and know you are abundantly blessed. If you are joining us online today, you'll find the link to give in the service description below your viewing screen. There are cards with QR codes in the pew racks, and if you have set up automatic giving, there are small cards you can hold while we speak our offering affirmation together. Then you may place that card in the offering basket to represent your gift. If you join me in the offering affirmation, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
As I walk this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, one thing I want to know, what's so funny about peace, love, stressful times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. Tell me, where are the strong? Who are the trusted? And where is that harmony, sweet harmony? And each time I feel it slip away, makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? And each time I feel it slip away, just makes me wanna cry. Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace? What's so funny about love? What's so funny about understanding one another? Oh.
Wow, thank you, thank you. Always fun to dance here, right? So let's just take a moment. And let's open ourselves once again to that movement of spirit in, through, and as us. And as we do so, we send our love to these offerings and each person that is giving, whether they give here or online. For we know that this is a way in which we serve and support this community and our mission. And we see this mission being fulfilled dramatically by the generosity of this community, and we are deeply grateful. And so it is. Amen. All right. So we have a special opportunity this morning. We are honoring two individuals who are stepping into the role of prayer chaplain. Yes. So, Ksenia Godolova and Michael Ray, can you please come forward? Ksenia is going to share a little bit about her experience. No, you guys go forward. They don't need to see me. A little bit about her experience in preparing to be a prayer chaplain.
Thank you. I could say that is a journey to wholeness, a journey home, guided and led by Soul Family, truly. The beings who remember the truth, who dedicate their life and their time to serving as the mirror to those who might have wandered off, and don't we all do that? And prayer being as a vehicle back home, back to peace, back to wholeness, back to love. So I think that's also a journey of a choice of seeing love through the eyes, of seeing life through the eyes of love rather than fear, because there's always that choice. And it's a big privilege, it's a big honor to be that presence for whoever needs that and whoever feels stuck in their human stories and lack and limitations. And there's a different way. So much gratitude to my amazing mentor, Heidi. Just to look in her eyes already takes me back home. And to other prayer chaplains who also choose to have and be that presence to others. Thank you.
Okay, so if I could have the other prayer chaplains come down or up, whatever it is. Prayer is central to unity. Indeed, unity was birthed through the healing experience of Myrtle Fillmore's prayers. As we begin this ceremony, I would like to share some of Myrtle's words. Here, in the silence, we shall know the presence of God and see clearly just how we are to go about living the life that He is giving us, so that we may bring forth the order, beauty, and freedom He has planned, and that we are now awaiting our understanding use. But let us not go too far into the metaphysics of this wonderful thing. Instead, we are here together just to rest quietly and happily in reality. As we do this, a real transformation will be worked in us and for us. Ksenia and Michael, you have chosen to immerse yourself in the presence, to open yourself to the deepest layer of reality, not just for yourself, but for others in this community. You are stepping into the sacredness of holding spiritual space for other people. Thank you for this loving gift of service. It is deeply, deeply appreciated. I will now ask you to affirm some segments of the Prayer Chaplain Covenant. Please repeat after me. As a prayer chaplain at Unity Church of the Hills, I enter into sacred covenant with Spirit, with my fellow prayer chaplains, and with the greater spiritual community I am called to serve. I acknowledge that prayer is a cornerstone of spiritual growth. Transformation and community well-being. Through prayer, I open to divine guidance. Deepen my connection with God. And hold sacred space for others to do the same. I recognize the vital role of prayer in nurturing the collective heart of our ministry. With humility, gratitude, and deep reverence for the power of prayer, reverence for the power of prayer. I affirm my commitment to this sacred service.
I affirm my commitment to this sacred service.
May my presence be a channel of healing light and love for all.
May my presence be a channel of healing light for all.
And their prayer chaplain mentors are going to place a stole on their shoulders and offer them a blessing. And then I will anoint them with frankincense. Ksenia, I anoint you with oil, seeing the incredible blessing that you are to this community, and I am so deeply grateful. Michael, I anoint you with this oil as a symbol of the light that you are in this community and the gift that you bring through your prayer. And I am so grateful.
Thank you.
Okay, what else do we have to do? Oh, we get to sing to them. Here I am, Lord.
Stars of night, I will make their darkness bright. Who will bear my light to them? Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, as you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart.
So let's acknowledge these two wonderful people. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the prayer chaplains and the gift that they are to this community, the sacred role that they play day after day. And the prayer chaplain team will be creating and implementing our World Day of Prayer celebration coming up in September. You'll hear more about that later, but I invite you to engage it. Oh, you can all sit down. I'm going to too.
Congratulations to both of you. All right, announcements are here. So join President. humanity, join our board president, Tim Wright, and our transitional minister, Reverend Cynthia, in Friendship Hall this afternoon at 1:30 for the first of 3 new beginning circles. Opportunities for the whole community to come together to explore our transition through the lenses of rejoice, release, and renew. See the UCOH website for additional dates and times. Zoom options are available for all circles. No registration is required for in-person circles. Part of preparing for our new beginning is bringing closure to our time with Rev Cynthia. To support this, she invites anyone interested to schedule a one-on-one meeting with her. There's no agenda for this time together, simply an opportunity for you to share anything that's on your mind. To schedule a one-on-one meeting, please send an email to melissa.larson@unityhills.org. Make plans to contribute your power of prayer during Unity's World Day of Prayer, September 10th and 11th. As always, there's a box in the foyer for your prayer requests and gratitudes. Please take a moment of reflection to write them down and put them in the box. They will be included during World Day of Prayer activities. Ask a prayer chaplain, those with the purple sash, if you have any questions. And we welcome all who are interested and new to our volunteer team to join us for our biannual volunteer orientation Sunday, August 24th at 1:30 in room 131. You'll have an opportunity to get to know other volunteers, learn more about the sacred service teams, openings, upcoming appreciation gatherings, and selecting a role that speaks to your heart. You can join Katie Weidenhofer and other Unity teachers for our new class series, Lessons in Truth. This is a 6-week course based on the teachings of H. Emily Cady. It will be at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, beginning September 2nd. And newcomers are encouraged to attend. We also invite our seasoned and our wise members to share and join in the gift of your insights and experience to help inspire and guide others as they grow in their journey. Our time with Rev Cynthia has been one of growth, expansion, and a deepening of our spiritual identity. And this is supposed to be a happy thing. So please, please join us September 20th for a special evening of food, connection, and music as we honor her time, her dedication, and her work. Within our community, together we will release her with love and deep appreciation. You'll find a new blog and a timeline on the website highlighting all of the New Beginnings activities with links for registration. Every Sunday, prayer chaplains hold sacred space during the service and are available for you in the chapel immediately following service. If you'd like to pray, share gratitude, or ask about becoming a chaplain, come to the chapel to look for a friend in a purple sash. If you are online, you can call Silent Unity to pray with a chaplain. The number is on your screen. And today's chaplains are Heidi and Seme. Now is the time for us to say goodbye to our online participants. We appreciate you joining us. Please don't forget to share, like,